The Gift of the Magi, a Christmas story about real gratitude. Every Christmas, there's a story I return to because it reminds me of something very simple and very easy to forget. Gratitude gives us clarity, and clarity builds confidence. The story is The Gift of the Magi. It's quiet, humble, and deeply human. And every time I read it, I find I learn something new. There was once a young couple named Jim and Della. They lived in a small apartment with very little money, but a great deal of love for each other. Christmas was coming, and both of them wanted to give the other a gift. Not something expensive, but something meaningful, something that showed their heart. Della had long, beautiful hair so lovely that women stopped to admire it, and hair Jim treasured more than anything she owned. Jim had a gold pocket watch, a family heirloom passed down from his father and grandfather. It was the one thing he valued most. But money was tight, and neither Jim nor Della had enough to buy the other a proper gift. So Della made a decision, a brave one, a loving one. She went to a shop that bought hair. She cut off her long, beautiful hair and sold it, so she could buy Jim a chain for his watch. A simple, elegant chain she knew he would treasure. Meanwhile, without Della knowing, Jim made his own sacrifice. He sold his pocket watch, his most precious possession, so that he could buy Della a set of beautiful combs she had admired so many times but could never afford. On Christmas Eve, they exchanged gifts. Della handed Jim the watch chain, only to realise Jim no longer had the watch. Jim handed Della the combs, only to realise Della no longer had the hair to wear them in. For a moment, they both froze. Not in disappointment, but in revelation. They understood the truth of each other's love. Each had sacrificed the very thing they treasured most to honour the other. The gifts couldn't be used, but the love behind them was stronger, clearer, and more real than anything money could buy. When I first read this story as a child, I thought it was simply about sacrifice. But as an adult, and especially as a parent, I see it slightly differently. This story is about gratitude. Jim and Della weren't grateful because they received something perfect. They were grateful because they realised what they already had. Love, loyalty, someone willing to give their best without hesitation. And that kind of gratitude brings clarity. It helps us see past what is missing and recognise what is already here. It reframes not enough into more than we knew. It calms the noise, softens the pressure, and lets us move forward from a steadier place. And from that place, confidence grows. Not the loud kind, not the showy kind, but a quiet confidence that says, I have something real. I'm supported. I can give. I can receive. I can grow. As parents, we often look first at what our children lack, the subject that needs improvement, the homework that isn't quite right, the behaviour that honestly could be better. But the gift of the Magi reminds us that the foundation of confidence doesn't come from perfection. It comes from appreciating what is already there, their effort, their sincerity, their small improvements, their heart. Gratitude opens our eyes, and when children feel seen for what they do have, not only what they lack, they grow stronger, more willing, more confident. This Christmas, maybe we can all take a moment to notice what we already have before thinking about what we don't. Because gratitude gives us clarity, and clarity gives us confidence. Confidence comes first.